Showing up fully as myself has always been a challenge because I have always thought that I needed to work for it. I wasn't good enough for to be noticed or anything like that because I came from a very colorist family. And when I was born, I was the apple of everyone's eye. But then my siblings were born who were much lighter and brighter than me, and everybody was color struck. So I spent most of my life trying to prove myself that I am worthy, that I am deserving, that I can be seen and noticed. And I took on a persona of always working for validation, approval, attention. And it was accepted readily because as the darker skinned child in the family was seen as more of a utility, a servant, the person who would be the one to take care of everyone else. And as the oldest, of course, I took care of everyone else. Oldest child, oldest girl syndrome, oldest daughter syndrome. And I played my role well. I played it really well. And I am now in the space of healing all of that, of coming to terms with the trauma, coming to terms with who I was, what it shaped me into, the type of choices and decisions I made, because I had a very low self-esteem because I was not validated or appreciated or for more than what I could do for someone. Being me wasn't seen. Being the quirky, nerdy, curious, talented, wonderful person, humorous, and even serious. Everything that I was hidden behind a mask to make other people comfortable, to make them happy, to make them feel better. And now that I've stopped doing that, I feel that I've been completely abandoned. Now, let me give this caveat. I did cut contact with my family because I needed to heal these spaces in me because I was such a chronic people pleaser. And I didn't feel like I could get full healing until I stopped being around my family. And they're not bad people. It's just that they didn't have the capacity to see me, give me what I needed, and really I felt no bond or connection, especially with my parents. And as much as they were loved by other people and as much as I loved them, there was just never this connection or bond there because everything again was based off what I did for them and how I was used by them. Not just used to do all the labor in the home, but the emotional labor, the physical labor, financial labor. And I got tired of that because I was ready to find me. I was ready to really be authentically me and to honor myself. And being in that environment where you are a very codependent relationships, you're not allowed to do that. It's against God's will. It's dishonoring your parents. It's being disrespectful or whatever things that they say. So I decided, you know what, never mind. I can't. My healing, my life is just as important as everyone else. And so I'm going to pursue that. And I've grown, I've expanded, I've become, and I'm very happy with who I am. I'm in love with who I am. And I think that every woman needs to get to the space where they are radically selfish and motivated by the craving to heal, because otherwise you'll never find out who you are. You'll always be in this lost space, and that's not fair to you. It's not fair to you. It's not fair to the world, because the world will never know the real you, and you'll never show up as your true self because you're always trying to placate for other people, please other people. And coming out of that space of people pleasing is hard because it means that people won't see you. People won't notice you for what you do. People won't acknowledge you because you're no longer serving them or placating or doing all the things that you did to get attention in the first place. And so when you become yourself, when you lean back, when you stop all the doing and you just be, then you really know who's there for you, who really cares for you. And what my experience has been in an effort to draw me back into the family circle and the codependency is to question everything that I'm doing, never to really ask how I'm feeling, never to really be concerned about my well-being, but more concerned about how I was hurting someone's feelings. So that was a telltale sign for me. And I don't blame them. I am responsible for my life, my decisions, my everything. I am responsible. And in taking responsibility for myself and my life, I am now removing people who don't see me, like see me, not what I do, not how I make them feel, but just really see me and are really committed to getting to know me as a person, the true me, and celebrating me instead of tolerating me, putting me on the back burner and only bringing me out when you're ready to use me, giving me the bare minimum. And even that phrase, the bare minimum, was very eye-opening for me because it represents all the so-called romantic relationships I've had. I've always accepted the bare minimum. If someone did something that's like something that should be done, the norm, what every basic human being needs, I was just head over heels in love because I didn't even get that at the house, right? And as sad as it sounds, I think this is the story for millions of women, millions of Black women of color, even white women. I don't know about their story, but I do know that having this triple threat of being a woman, being Black, and then being smart, we can't have that. So in finding myself, discovering who I am, because I was so steeped in the labels that other people placed on me, stuck on me from the time I was a child, and systematically ripping those labels off, as painful as it has been, because you know how it feels when you rip off a sticky thing off of you, a band-aid or a sticker or something. It pulls up a lot of things, and it was a necessary thing because I finally needed to reveal myself. I finally needed to get to know myself. I finally needed to accept myself, and now I'm in a space where the last few labels are finally coming off. And I found a way to not necessarily rip them off, but just kind of melt them off so that they fall off on their own because I'm so warm inside. I'm no longer feeling cold and alone. I'm feeling warm. I'm feeling loved. I'm feeling accepted because I'm loving myself. I'm accepting myself, and I am enough. So if you're on this journey, I wish you well. I hope that you find your way. And I hope that my story helps you and gives you some courage, because my purpose on the planet is to help women who have been in toxic relationships recognize their worth, embrace their freedom, and attract more love and wealth. Because we deserve it, ladies. We deserve it. And as you are letting go of toxic relationships with family, with exes, with horrible bosses, with society, with whomever, know that there is light at the end of the tunnel. Know that you are worth the journey, and know that everything that you do from this point on is your responsibility. And even though you are recognizing the points of pain, the origins of your pain, you don't have to blame others for it, because you are now responsible for healing yourself. You can release them, you can let them go, and you can allow yourself to feel the fullness of life, the joy of life, deep happiness, because it's already inside of you. If you like help, if you like support, then I do offer one-on-one advice, coaching, and I just love to know what has been your most painful, sticky moments, and how are you learning how to cope with life now that you have made a decision, and it is a decision, to find and rediscover your true self. I love to know. Leave it in the comments. Be sure to like and subscribe to my channel. I'll come back every now and then with commentary. I'm not promising that I'll be here every day, because that's just not how I am. That's not how I roll. But when I have the energy to do it, I will do it. But I wish you well, and I'm going to go enjoy my tea. Cheers.